I don't like AI. I don't like AI. Oh hi, it's me, boyfriend slash girlfriend slash Dave Prince, heavy content creator. And yeah, if you've seen my content at any given point, you've maybe stumbled across a couple of my videos talking about AI. But to clarify, I don't mean in general, artificial intelligence. We've had AI for at this point decades. I don't have a problem with game logic and AI for NPCs, all that stuff. That's fine. When I'm talking about AI, I'm talking about the generative AI, the LLMs, the Groxes of the world. Groxes? Grok, you know what I'm talking about. And the way, colloquially we talk about AI. That's the shit I hate. And another reason to add on to why I hate it is because now games are gonna be like worse. Like in like the gaming industry is gonna be worse. Like a lot worse. Remember when I made that video talking about Project 2025 and how things are going to be expensive for gamers and all those things? And I mentioned that tariffs were going to play a role in that. Well, they did. They did, in fact, play a role in that indeed. But now, on top of that bullshit, right, we are now having all these companies, all these tech companies shifting to AI, shifting to trying to create these data centers that are being, fucking created left and right in order to catch up with the AI boom. And what that's going to do is make shit way more expensive. This is a technology that, as of right now, has not proven itself to be worth the cost. It simply has not. There is no company even actually profitable doing this shit. And yet they're trying to capitalize on just the speculation of it all by shifting AI into everything. And if you've been on the internet, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can't go on a goddamn search engine without some AI bullshit. Some of my editing programs are forcing AI usage into that. There's AI music, obviously the generative AI art. And as far as it goes within the gaming space, you have companies trying to make AI script writers. You're trying to have companies that are like, hey, we're going to make this game through the use of AI. You have these amateurs saying, look, with AI, we can do all these things, right? And all of this is having a negative outcome. Let's say in the year 2026, you decide to take the plunge. You're like, I want to build a PC. It is prohibitively expensive now to build a PC. GPUs that used to cost around like entry levels $200 to $300 are now $500 to $600, some $700 for entry level to mid level GPUs. I'm looking on just Amazon alone. The 4070 is being sold for some of them don't have a price because and other ones $567 or $599. Something that was originally about $200 cheaper almost immediately damn near doubled in price. And that's just for the 4070. We're on the 5 series if you do RTXs, and that's just for one company. Everything is getting more and more and more expensive. I just saw one, by the way, a gigabyte 4070 Super, $929. It should never cost that much, but these prices are going to continue to skyrocket, right? Oh my God, I didn't even talk about the actual RAM prices. Look at this shit. You have RAM that costs as much as, sometimes more than, some fucking GPUs. The RAM that I bought when I updated my PC was like $160 total. It is now damn near $400. What? For bro. And this is because of AI, bro. This is, people talk about, oh, what's killing gaming is these woke activists. No, it's unchecked greed. It's capitalism is what's killing fucking gaming. Good luck trying to build a PC with this shit. You're gonna just to get a mid-level PC at this point. If you look at like just whatever GPUs, you're talking about just from RAM and GPU alone, almost over $1,000 just for that. Just for that. Never mind the motherboard. Never mind the CPU. Never mind the power supply. Holy shit. And if you look at things now holistically, First, we had issues with games becoming more expensive, consoles becoming more expensive, right? Some games being touted as being the first $100 game. Looking at you, Grand Theft Auto 6, don't you fucking dare do that, by the way. But you were already sensing a crunch, right? Like, hey, they are trying to take more money from us that we simply do not have because of economic factors. I know people hate when I talk about things outside of video games, but video games are technology which exists in our economy. And if the economy is not good for people are going to be less likely to want to splurge on things that are not necessary, right? Like video games or PC parts. So people's wallets are really tighter. And the game industry is starting to feel that, which is why they're trying to nickel and dime you all these other ways. And now on top of that, because of AI bullshit, you can't even get a relatively inexpensive graphics card for a reasonable price anymore. $929 for a 4070 is fucking insane. That's insane. It is. It's completely insane. And this is going to get worse because the AI bubble has yet to burst fully. And so, but people are sensing it in the industries. They're trying to get in as much as they possibly can before it goes away. But we're going to be left holding the bag. And this is why I was always against this whole AI bullshit. It doesn't add anything positive. Okay? Not to the everyday person. This only has positive impact if you own capital, if you are a stockholder in these companies, if you're the CEO, then oh my God, you love this shit. You love that all these investors are going to give you billions of dollars to produce something that people have already been producing. It's a fucking scam to me. This is a scam. At this scale, it's a complete scam. But I guess we don't care anymore. Fuck it. We're going to just have really expensive fucking computer parts. And then you have people making videos talking about like console games are dying. The death of consoles is the lowest sale. You have people talking about how no one's playing new video games. No one's buying this stuff. It's because of shit like this. Consoles are more expensive now, right? Do you guys remember when the PS5 first launched during COVID and how there was a chip shortage too? And so things were way more expensive. That was because of a pandemic that halted production, that slowed down production at the very least. We don't have a pandemic happening right now. I mean, we don't have a pandemic happening right now, but we're still experiencing that same sort of financial pressures because we have these greedy tech companies that would rather, pivot from making shit that was useful for us and make shit that ultimately lines their dollars or lines their wallets. This is why you guys see me harp so much about why capitalism, capitalistic systems are bad. You always get fucked over. Always. Tell me, regular person, average person, what benefits are there for generative AI? Right now, tell me, what is the benefits of having an LLM? What is it doing for you personally that is alleviating stresses for you? I know a lot of people are on Twitter using generative AI to make fun of people they don't like or produce a lot of CSAM, but how does that help you? How does it help you? How is it helping you that we have computer parts now that are costing almost $1,000 that should cost around like maybe $350? How does everything becoming more prohibitively expensive help you? It doesn't. But these tech companies are trying to trick you into thinking that you need this. They're trying to trick you into thinking that, don't worry, once we have AI powered games, you're going to have a completely different experience. You're not. You're not. Because why would you? I don't know if you guys remember when Ubisoft was talking about their AI script writing thing and how they have an NPC that can have like 100,000 hours of dialogue, right? If you play video games pretty consistently, I can guarantee you don't give a shit about that. What do you care about an NPC talking to you like a regular person? Either give me my mission or run your pockets. Why? I don't want to have a conversation with the fucking computer, which apparently makes me in the minority because oh my God, so many people have chatbot psychosis going on. But in the context of a video game, I don't want that. Why is that here? What value is being added here? And then they want you essentially to look at it through their lens. Well, we can save on overhead. Okay, how does that benefit me? So the person playing the game, how does you benefiting from paying less people because you were letting AI take over their jobs and ultimately producing worse quality stuff? How does that help me? Oh, you want to get rid of voice actors and put AI in there. Cool. So now they're going to sound like the fucking banana fish dub.
Skipper, no, please. No, Skipper. Hey, stay with me. Come on, Skipper. Hey, you gotta fight. Don't die on me, Skip. Don't leave me, please.
And you want me to play for that. You want me to pay for that. You want me to play that game and pay for it. At the same price, mind you. It's not like they're lowering their prices because, well, we have more money now because we're not paying people. No, we're going to still charge you $60, $70 for this. But now it's dog water. Now a literal robot wrote this with no context of how human beings function. A robot did this. This is going to make your gaming experience so much better, though. How? They can never tell you how, by the way. If you look at any of the use cases of this version of AI, they never tell you how it's going to improve your life or make things better. Oh, well, you can use Google fucking Gemini and you can, I don't know, remove people from a photo. Okay, that's cool and all. But if the cost of that is like poisoning water supplies, I think I'm good, actually. If the cost of that is making GPUs cost $1,000 as a baseline, I think I'm good off of that, actually. Maybe I'll just fucking Photoshop them or do something else. But like, we're not experiencing any positive outcomes from this. Again, unless you own capital or stock in these companies, you get nothing from this. You get fucked over. It's the same concept as Trump's tariffs. And people thought that was going to be good for society. It's only good for the people who own the businesses, because now they can just charge the consumer more money. But if you want to buy something from outside the country, from a country that's been tariffed, you're paying a shit ton of money. They're still selling it for the same price, but you're paying an extra fee. Them putting AI into everything only benefits them. You get the shitty end of this. Doing the generative AI, cool. Now they can emulate Studio Ghibli's art, awesome. But now it's just devaluing the value of Studio Ghibli's art. It's not making anything better. Making things faster doesn't make it necessarily better, especially because AI is still not consistent enough to do that shit. And people will be like, oh, but it's getting better. But we already have people who are doing this. It's already better. You're making me pay more for a product that will maybe eventually be useful at scale. But again, not for me on the consumer side, for you on the production side. And to be completely honest, outside of your living conditions and like how they treat you, I don't give a shit if it's easier for you, if you make more money, if you use AI. I don't care, because I am getting either an inferior product or I am paying for you to beta test this fucking product, when originally I was getting a superior product for cheaper. Like, that's what blows me on this whole situation. You could have afforded GPUs. I'm not a rich man at all, but I could have bought like a fucking 5070. I was actually eyeing one now. But now if the 4070s are some of them being sold for an undisclosed price and some are being sold for almost $1,000, then the other graphics cards that were slightly above are now going to be like $1,200 plus. And we're in the beginning of this. Multiple companies are deciding to shut down productions on commercial RAM or, GPUs and focus on AI bullshit. This is not helping you as a consumer. None of this shit does. Again, talking to a fucking chatbot does not help you. The chatbot is stupid. It's predicting, it's guessing actually what to say afterwards. That's why when Grok was producing CSAM to the point where it was the largest distributor of it, people thought they could just say, I don't consent, and it's because Grok said, okay, they would stop. No, it didn't. And again, What was beneficial about having Grok being able to make AI art of anybody? What was the benefit of that? Nothing. You are either stealing people's content and then perverting it, or you are trying to commercially, fucking benefit off of someone else's work. Oh, look, I drew this thing. You didn't draw shit. You prompted it. The machine I prompted created this hallucination that approximates X art style. Awesome, I guess. How does that help you, though? What does that do for you? Are you now an artist? Are you now being hanging in the Louvre? I'm so mad mispronouncing things. Are you now going to MoMA? Are you now being hired to do this shit? Do people respect you in your field? Like, I have yet to see an actual good use case for this shit. I haven't. All I'm seeing is people paying the piper. I'm seeing communities being destroyed because of data centers. I'm seeing people not be able to get into their hobby or expand their hobby because things are becoming way too expensive. I'm not seeing any fucking positive from this. And again, we do have the administration, Trump administration does have a responsibility in this situation too, because they're all gung-ho for AI. They're making laws that are like, actually, you can't do this against AI. You can't prohibit AI from doing these things. Like, what the fuck? It doesn't make things better, is what I've been yapping about. It doesn't make shit better. It doesn't make it better. It doesn't make it cheaper for us. It doesn't make shit more convenient. Things are more inconvenient. You have these massive companies that are hoarding resources. They're hoarding resources and we suffer. Okay? That is the most succinct way I can put this. They are hoarding resources while we suffer in the attempt for them to make more money. That's it. That is the long and short end of it. They want to make more money and they are willing to have everyone else fucking suffer in multiple ways to make $1 more. They are willing to replace entire crews with AI, even though AI is not up to the task, because it can make them more money. They will poison the water that you drink. They will kill your crops. They will poison the very air that you breathe just so they can make more money. And again, ties back to just video games. You're not getting better video games from this. You're not. You are absolutely not. You're not getting better video games from this. It's just because there's no way that you would. So again, what is the fucking point of any of this? Oh, I just said it. It's money. It's capitalism. It's money.